Welcome viewers to a review of last week's Killteam battle report. It was Battle 11B. Slowly working our way through the castle of Myth Drea'Voor. We're going to be going through the dungeons, we're going to get to the caverns down below. It's going to get very exciting. Anyway, this is a look at the board before I start doing the battle, so I'll have a quick look at it. So this is the layout of the board. So at this stage, picking up the storyline from last time, we had our Tau hero and Farsi hero. They were away. The Tau was injured or killed in fact, and was resurrected with a Necron regenerative implant, and they won't be in this battle. We're going to have the remaining 6 heroes. So we've basically got a map. This is another section of our castle map. Our heroes are going to come here. We've got 2 ways to go. We've got the main corridor which leads further into the castle, and we've got these 2 room areas. It's meant to be a bed up there. I haven't got a bed, so I have to make it out of little pallets. So we've got this little corridor here, and we've got another corridor down this way like this, and this is a little garden area. As you know, I've got the garden area on my map. So, and then we've got a little, I suppose you could call it a study down here. Now at this stage I've only worked out vague parameters of what it's going to be, but the enemy in this case is going to be a bunch of chaos ogrins, basically ogres converted with different various weaponry. They are going to go against our team of heroes over here. Focus, thank you. And yes, we're not going to have those guys. Those guys are going to come in later, I think. So our heroes are going to sit here and go, right, what are we going to do? We've lost 2 of our key people. And I was thinking of splitting the group up. So 3 go down this way and 3 go down this way. And then I was going to encounter one of our previous bad guys who's maybe working in the study, I'm thinking. Maybe say some comments, and then our group withdraws here. Meanwhile, this ogre patrol, I'll call it an ogre patrol because they are pretty much ogres, and they'll come spilling out of this section over here. I'm thinking, you know, some go down that path, some go down this path. You know, we're going to have about 2 battles really, one here and one sort of here. You know, they'll try and converge up really into the middle here. So we'll see how they go, and then right at the end I'm thinking we'll save the day with our heroes come back, and our Tau will heal everybody who's been killed in the battle, whoever that is, because obviously we haven't had the battle yet. So that is the plan, that is the layout of the board. We'll wait and see as the battle progresses. Okay, so I have finished the introduction to Battle 11B, Killteam battle between Chaos Ogrins and our group of heroes. So I finished doing the introduction like I just said. So what we had here was the study over here. We'll call it a study because it's got a desk with some papers and things on there. So what we had is we had our cultist leader, who's going to show his face quite a few times in this season, sitting there doing some work at his desk, and then suddenly our group of heroes, they did join up over here to this grate over here, and then split in 2 different directions. 3 of them went down there, the Inquisitor and her, I should say, retinue, and the Custodes, the Arbites and the Jacaro came this way. So they split up, and our Custodes guy got to here, saw down the corridor the cultist guy who they saw back in the Orc battle a few battles ago, and obviously The cultist got a bit scared, opened a secret door through that bookcase just there, and then out came his bodyguard of Chaos Ogrons. 2 came out here, and a whole group of others, a patrol, came down our main corridor over here. So they came down here, and then this group of 5 here split up, and 3 went that way and the other 2 this way. So that's the starting board. We're going to have, I suppose you could call it a deep strike element, because these guys are actually going to be coming back in this battle somewhere. So can our group of heroes hold out until their friends arrive? Come on, focus. Yes, that's it. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see first turn coming up shortly. Here we are at the end of turn 1, and our heroes have bitten off a little bit more than they can chew here, I think. We're going to have some deep striking units. Our Eldar and Tau come here. Can they come quick enough before these Chaos Ogrons rip them apart? So we'll start over here. We had the Custodes, the Arbiters and the Jacaro. They were just sitting here, and they basically took positions of cover as best they could and tried to advance towards these 2 Ogrons here. They exchanged some gunfire between the Jacaro and the leading Ogron there, and no one got killed. These guys shoot wildly all over the place, and they're also fairly tough, so they can withstand a bit of firepower incoming. These guys here didn't really do anything. They just went back to back there. No doubt the Arbiters is going to try and set its Cyber Mastiff on the advancing Ogrons coming this way, for whatever good that's going to do. And our Custodes is going to do what he does best, lead in there and start hacking things to pieces. So yeah, as I said, these Ogrons basically just walk down this, or ran down this corridor here. Might take a turn or 2 before they get into melee range. Over this side, a similar thing happened. We had the Inquisitor take a position of cover behind the bed here, which might not offer too much protection, but it's better than nothing. And our Venge Smuggler, the basically assassin, took a position in the shadows right there, and right in front of him is Patrick Mead, who's going to come charging out of here with his axes when the time comes, and try and do his best against those 3. That's going to be a big challenge for him when that comes. This Ogron fired at the Inquisitor, didn't kill her, and also the Inquisitor fired back, but no casualties there. So turn 1, pretty uneventful, everyone just getting their positions. We've got some new characters to come down shortly. We'll see what happens in turn 2. Here we are at the end of turn 2, and it's looking pretty dire for our heroes here. We've had a major plot twist, and there's no casualties for the ogres, the Chaos Ogres. Let's have a look at this side of the board. We had 2 ogres here turn around this corner. One didn't quite make it into combat, and the other one was encountered by our Custodes and the Arbiters. That ogre got pretty well smashed, but not quite taken out. We had the Jacaro hold its ground there in this cover of this tree here, and go try and hold these 2 off as they're coming forward, but that's looking pretty sick for them over here. We did have 2 new additions drop down, being the Tau and the Farseer. The Tau's sitting in no man's land at the moment, but no doubt it'll run down that corridor and try and help out down there. And the Farseer here shot into the back of that ogre over there with a psychic attack. So I don't know if they can help out too much, because over here we had a melee between Ven Smogler, Patrick Mead. They tried to go toe to toe with those Ogrons, and then got taken out. Also back here there was the Inquisitor, who does what Inquisitors do and turn sides. Found a secret door out behind that little fireplace just there and decided to abandon ship. So that is something for future storyline, but that leaves this side of the board firmly in charge of Chaos. But we do have a Farseer there, and who knows what's going to go over there. I don't know what's going to happen in this battle at this stage. Can the Custodes and his crew hold out? We'll wait and see. Turn 3 coming up shortly. Here we are at the end of turn 3, and we've had a couple of strategic moves here that have been made by our heroes, in particular the Farseer. Let's have a look, see what happened over here first. If you remember last turn, we had our Inquisitor flee out through the secret tunnel, leaving poor old Patrick Mead to himself, facing 3 Chaos Ogrons. He managed to take out 1, but finally fell there. So our Farseer was just sitting on the edge here and firing psychic bolts down there, but said not having anything to do with that, so I'll just make our way this way and reinforce this area. Our Tau on Zin did the same. So basically saying, look, sorry Patrick, you're on your own, you're dead. Try and isolate those 2 Ogrons just there and try and reinforce what's going on over here. Those guys couldn't really influence this turn. But what we had is we had 1 Ogron charge in and into this combat. Actually both Ogrons, there was another one up just standing there, came in, tried to take out the Custodes. We ended up having the Arbiters and one of the Ogrons being taken out. So, and also here we had the Jacaro just basically fired and took out an Ogron that just came around that corner there. So that was a bit of a surprise, because the Jacaro there just will not die this game. Tends to happen sometimes, but that's how it pans out. So over this side of the board, it's about 50-50. We've got some Chaos have probably got the upper hand. Can the Tau and Eldar get there fast enough to control this side of the board? And can these 2 Ogrons over here actually influence the game somehow? Still only halfway through the game, so anything can happen. We've got turn 4 coming up shortly. Here we are at the end of turn 4, and fairly non-eventful turn this one really. We had our 2 Ogrons over here that were out there by themselves head down this way, trying to get back into the game, which is now over here. So we're going to finish off over there. We had the Eldar Farseer, like not engage those guys, just come this way. Same with the Tau. We had the Jacaro that was just around the corner here, not jump into the fray over here, but just sneak around the corner as a bit of insurance, because here the Custodes was on his last legs being hammered by these Ogrons, and the Tau came along and threw a heel over him, so he's just still kicking along but on his last legs. I don't know how that's going to roll out just yet. So no casualties that turn, but an ongoing combat here, some allies in the middle, and can these other guys get involved with a couple of turns remaining? Probably not. Maybe one of them's got some ranged firepower, maybe gets involved. We'll have to wait and see. Turn 5 coming up shortly. Here we are at the end of turn 5, only 1 turn to go. We've had a few casualties here. One is the Tau tried to keep the Custodes afloat. Did for a bit, but then the Ogrons took him out. So Ogrons taken over this part of the board. Our Eldar and the Jacaro basically withdrew, bunched up into this corridor section here, because, surprise surprise, the Ogrons came around this corner and were looking to get into melee range. They're probably not going to make it, I don't think. They ended up zapping one of them, so there's only one remaining there, and obviously the two remaining there. So we've got 3 on each side. The heroes are basically bunched up in the middle here, but the Ogrins might not be able to get into close combat, and maybe the heroes can take one or so out to steal the victory. We'll have to wait and see. We've got turn 6, final turn, coming up shortly. Well, there we have it. That's the end of turn 6. And if it went any longer, the outcome could have changed. What we had here is a very intricate set of movements by our heroes. The Tau basically moved from about here, moved up a couple of inches and stood by the Eldar and the Jakero. They moved back slightly. The Ogryn, which was back there, tried to charge in, wouldn't quite make it. Likewise, these Ogryns back here tried to charge in, they couldn't make it as well. So they caught right in the middle there. None of these guys had guns to shoot them, so these guys zapped one of them, stole the victory. So it came right down to the wire. So anyway, that's the end of turn 6. So now what I'm planning on doing is having everyone come down to here, to this little chamber down here, and no doubt our tower will heal and regenerate everybody. Then there's this chest sitting down here, which is full of loot. Now I've got another character that's going to come slotting in shortly. I don't want to release that today. He's sitting up on the shelf up here, so I might just move him out of the way first before anyone sees it. So the plan is these are our heroes. So that's Patrick Mead, for instance. Inside the chest is a weapon for him, a ranged weapon. So what I'm going to do is swap him out from time to time when he decides to go ranged. There's Ven Smogler. He's going to find a sniper rifle, so that's going to be him in the background just there, so he'll pop out when the time comes. The Arbites, Jethro Gibson, he's going to have a set of armour and a plasma pistol, so he's going to alternate between that set and that set. That's our traitorous Inquisitor, which I don't know if we'll be seen again, but we'll have to follow the story and find out. And yep, that's just other people. So there we have it. That is the end of turn 6. We'll continue our journey through Myth Drea'Voor. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.